Welcome back to Rome Essentials. Today we're going to go over the back squat. Normally we like to keep these videos kind of short, but today this is such an important exercise. We're going to go a little longer and walk you through step by step and then kind of see the faults that people have. So we brought in the expert. We got Tex McQuilkin from Power Athlete HQ. Goes around the world giving seminars for strength training for basically all field sport athletes. So Tex, why is this back squat so important?
The back squat should be the quintessential and most important cornerstone of any strength and conditioning program. So we love it because it's your way of challenging posture and position. So we are big backers for the athletic position, and in attempts to carry over the weight room to the field, we want to lift in that athletic position. So with this outside resistance, it also not only physiologically is the best way to get strong, powerful, it also has a mental component to it. Nobody likes to be buried at the bottom of the squat, so we love it. You're in your athletic position, you're stressed, and you're fighting your damnedest to get up.
Awesome. So how would you set up for your back squat? When you go over to the bar, what are you trying to do here?
So our setup is a little bit different. So we set athletic position, so that's what we want to set up in. So your heel is going to be just outside your shoulders, your toes are going to be forward, and we want to lock down in this posture. So we bring our attention to your trunk. So call it short rib cage. I just want you to pretend like somebody's going to punch you right in the side. So instead of pushing that stomach out, we want you to suck that belly button through your spine and lock down as if you're going to tackle somebody or go through it. From there, it's just shoulder blades back, and you have a tall, long, pretty posture. Taking this set up underneath the bar, hands thumb distance away from the smooth, retracted to press shoulder blades. Take one step underneath, set up your stance. From here, just lift out of the rack. Take one step back, and that's your setup.
Awesome. So if you come around here, Graham will initiate the squat. When he's initiating the squat, you'll see that he's going to start by pulling the hips back. He's not going to initiate the squat at the knee. Once he gets down to the bottom of the squat, you'll see, if you hold that for me, his hip crease is below his knee. His back position is the exact same as it is in the bottom as it is in the top. He's just pulling his hips back. Also, with pulling the hips back, you can see here, he's got a vertical shin. His knee isn't out over top of his toe. So if he comes up, give me one more. You'll see a nice strong back muscle here, keeping everything tight, and then back up. Awesome. Go ahead and rack it. So Tex, here a couple problems I see when we're with personal training clients or with pro-fuse athletes is the toes. When people are going down in their squat, a lot of people have trouble keeping the heels on the ground.
So what they're doing is they're essentially losing their arch. So I know a lot of coaches teach their athlete lift their toes to shift their weight back into their heels, but that loses a lot of power and then feel for the ground. So we like to tell people when they're set up in their athletic position, imagine you got gorilla hands. So your index fingers, your big toes, we want you to grab the ground with your feet. From here, think at your hips once you're active in your feet, and then externally rotate. So we're not driving those knees out, we're externally rotating at the hip. So this fires our abductors or glutes, which we'll talk about in a minute, but it's a full active foot and we created an arch. I work with a lot of flat-footed college athletes. Just the pound that they take from running, sprinting, doing stadium stairs and all that just kills their arches. So that if you have an athlete with flat feet, grab the ground, externally rotate, and create that false arch. Their toes can't go, their heels can't go off the ground. Their toes are locked in, and it's an active foot.
Also, so once this happens, the knee, what happens with the knee when you do that?
So we externally rotate, and this is firing our glutes. So another common fault is those knees caving in. Well, that means you got weak abductors, weak glutes. So in the beginning in our setup, grab the ground, externally rotate. We're already taking out that limiting factor of the heels and the hips. So we sit back, almost ripping the earth in half with our active feet, and not driving our knees out, but firing our abductors, glutes.
That will also help keep your chest high, right?
Exactly. So the last limiting factor you see is people fail here. That's going to be a weak trunk. We tackled it in the beginning. Suck that belly button through your spine. As soon as you lose that tension in your trunk, you're going to lose the lift. So grab the ground with your feet, externally rotate, fire those glutes before you even squat. Don't worry about it at the bottom, and this will keep your chest in the upright position, locked and loaded.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Make sure you listen to this, watch this a couple times, and it'll help out with your squat. We'll be back tomorrow.